Let's go.
Put them together. Yeah. Come on now. Nah, you go. Yeah. I see you. Talk to him.
Well, hello and happy Wednesday. It is the 11th of May. Welcome to Skulls and Stilettos. I'm super happy to be seeing all of your lovely faces in the clouds somewhere, but you can see me. So hopefully if you like the content tonight, you will definitely share this. Brought to you by Fight Mixer. Love them. So it was an insane weekend of fights all over the state and at the Apex. There were so many things going on. I mean, there was huge UFC fight, huge stacked card. Then there was a bare knuckle fight, BKFC fight in hi Justin, in Orlando. Then there was a Titan FC fight at the Armory Center in Miramar, and there was a Hialeah boxing fight at the Hialeah Park Casino in Hialeah. It was insane. So there is a lot to talk about on other podcasts as far as like the ins and outs of what actually happened and the outcomes that happened with those fights. But tonight I am super excited that the guests of my show are not only people that I've seen at several fights here in South Florida. You sugar bear. Oh, you guys are so cute. Your bromance just like warms my heart. So this couple coming on, Jimmy Ray Washington and Chelsie Thomas, are cute as pie. I adore them. They are such a great looking couple. They're both gorgeous. They're in shape. They're hot. And we're going to talk about what they're both doing together, how they met, what their affiliation is with the fight game, how they're both working in the octagon, which I think is super cool. One's a fighter, one is not a fighter, but talk about their story and talk about how cool this is. So anytime, lots of, I love you, Justin. I really do. Justin, you're one of my favorite peeps of all time. And poor David Potter, our producer, has COVID. So he is producing the show right now, probably from his, bathtub or some kind of device in his bedroom, like with snot running down his face. And I just love him. So kudos to David Potter for doing this while he has COVID. In bed produced. See, exactly. Caught the Rona. He has the Rona. So it's going around again. And I was just talking to him before the show. Everyone catches the Rona at fights. So David came to Florida with his beautiful fiance. They went to the BKFC fight. Now that masks are not mandated, a lot of people are going to sporting events, and that's just what's going on, whether you're going to baseball or hockey or whatever the case may be. And people are getting sick again. So you guys got to be careful. It's totally up to you whether you're going to wear a mask or not. I personally did not, and I went to 2 fights over the weekend in the same night, actually, which is where I ran into this lovely couple that is coming on. And wow, Chelsie and Jimmy, I believe. David, are they in the box?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
What's going on?
Hi, David. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like balls, but that's okay. Yeah, obviously, you can hear it in my voice. But how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody? Justin, I'm going to throw you in my DeLorean and gun into 88. You beautiful son of a bitch.
If you were gay, you'd be a work of art, but I'm not gay. Justin, I have my theories about you. I mean, your bromance with my man is just kind of hot. I mean, it gets me a little excited. I got to tell you.
All right, right now, so we're gonna throw them in. I'm gonna get out of here. I won't spread the Rona to you. So
Don't spread the Rona. I feel for you, David. Enjoy your sickness. I'm so sorry that you're ill, and I truly appreciate you producing the show for me this evening.
I appreciate you, and we're gonna bring on our wonderful guest, great looking couple, a power couple. So let's bring them on right now, shall we?
Let's do it. Look at who we have. Okay, that is, you guys are smoking hot. Hi.
Thank you.
Chelsie Thomas and Jimmy Ray Washington. I love the two of you. How are you doing on this fabulous Wednesday?
We're good.
I'm doing amazing.
Everything's good. Yes.
You both look great. So you are drinking water, Jimmy. No alcohol for you.
Yeah, straight water.
I have the same bottle. It's actually in my car, but the same exact bottle. I got it from Amazon. I love that thing.
Me too. You got the handle?
Yeah, no, I didn't get the handle, but I have the gray bottle. Same exact thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure mine's like somewhere in the car too.
Yeah.
I always find that if it's your first time, like you're a first time podcaster, it's always great to have like a shot or some kind of alcohol. That's why I'm drinking White Claw and it looks like water. There you go.
Some energy drink. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, it's been a long
It's
day.
the jitters and all that. So I ran into both of you at Titan FC, and I'm going to start off by saying I was sitting right behind the cage, right behind you, Chelsie, and you were ring girling that night, and I literally saw the boss, Lex McMahon, walk over and promote you right then and there. Like he literally walked over and we're like, it was like, you have to be my permanent ring staff.
Oh, I was like in that moment, I was mostly focusing on, okay, let me make sure I do everything right. And then all of a sudden he just like came up to us and we're just, just stunned at what he had said. And I was like, wait. And then he walked away and he was like, you guys did really good. And then he walked away. And then I was like, wait a minute. Did we just get like promoted?
And then she shoots me a text and she was like, oh, I just officially became the ring girl for Titan.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
That's because you had been ring girling for XFN, correct?
Yes. I've been ring girling XFN for about since September, I believe. Yeah, since September. September last year. So definitely been getting my face out there. It was my first time. Still pretty new to it, but it's kind of, second nature because I used to model and everything, but
tell me about that. So you met, and I'm looking at my notes here. You met while you were a model and Jimmy was a photographer.
Yep.
Mind blown. I had no idea that, I've known you only as a fighter. I had no idea that you were once a photographer. So let's talk about that a bit.
When I moved to Florida, it was so much to like look at. It was my first time being somewhere where like everywhere and everything was always like beautiful. It's always green grass and palm trees and a view of the ocean. So I kind of started digging into like photography. I had a few cameras back in the day and whatnot. I knew how to shoot. So when I moved out here, I started like getting more into photography, and I'm deep into art. I just haven't been able to concentrate on that because I've been fighting a lot.
yes.
Who knew? Were you working for a company? Were you doing it freelance or independently?
It was freelance and independent. And then I went to a few schools for photography, was able to touch up skills there. And then ended up like working for Fashion Forward, which is a group with FAU. And that's where I met
and I was
her.
the president of that organization at FAU.
Yeah. She's always
And it was a match made in heaven. I bet you would be a great fighting photographer.
Oh yeah, no, I would be really good. I would be really good. But funny, before I started fighting, I wanted to do photography for like stuff like that and videography, but I just never jumped into it, and I ended up jumping into the cage. So yeah.
Tell me about that. I remember I met you a couple of years back, and I'm looking at your stats. You were really big, and probably still are big, into Muay Thai. How did you transition from moving to Florida, being a photographer, and then getting into martial arts?
All right. So when I moved to Florida, I picked up the camera. After a while, when I was the cameraman, I was always behind the scenes, and I always wanted to be like the main character of where I was at. And I don't know, I was working a job where I was delivering furniture and stuff for a family friend, and Hector Lombard had a gym next to a place where I was delivering the stuff, like the furniture. And I ended up walking to the gym because I thought I was delivering it there. And he was like, no, we don't need no tables or whatnot. And then I ended up was like, oh, what is this? And then he was just like, oh, this is MMA. You should try it. You look like you'd be good at it. Come by like tomorrow. So the next day when I was free, I came by, and like ever since then, like I fell in love with fighting. A very slow start. I was stiff, but I was athletic. And my athletics.
Did you know that was Hector Lombard when you walked into his gym?
I had no idea. That was the funny part. I had no idea. But me and my little brothers used to play UFC, like the game, like on PlayStation 2 or whatnot. And I remember seeing him on that. And Charles McCarthy. I forgot what UFC game it was, but I was playing with him, and it was funny because I was in front of him and I didn't know who he was until he started showing me like who he was. And yeah, it was insane.
I love that. I think like that is insane how that all worked out. And then you got into martial arts and you fell in love. You currently train at ACG?
Yeah. American Combat Gym down in Deerfield under Charles McCarthy. My striking coach, Landon Quiones, Greg Choplin, Nico. We got a solid team. My wrestling coach, Waggy, and Coach Williams. We have a solid team, and I don't know, progressing every day. I was in there this morning, and I'm looking amazing. My next fight, oh my God, I can't wait.
When is your next fight?
I think next month, June. I guess the next XFN card in June. I'm not the exact date. Not sure of the exact date, but yeah.
You have a killer gym. Your gym is one of my favorites in South Florida, and you've got some of my favorite people. You included, Talita, Rami Hamed, like everyone's out of there. So I mean, what a killer place to be.
Yeah,
and learning from so many people.
I'm able to learn and leave injured free. Like I love where I'm at. It feels like home. Like as a fighter, you always got to try to go 100%. But at the same time, I'm able to go at my pace. They understand how my work ethic and everything like that. So everything's it's been like, it's the position that we're in now from where I was trying to start fighting. I used to like punch bags at FAU, like at the school. And like, when I go back to look at my videos then, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was trying to fight.
And it's crazy when, the first gym that he used to go to, it was right down the street from FAU. So
yeah.
a lot of things that has happened in our lives since we've been together, it's always been like down the street.
Yeah.
Like ACG is down the street from us. So we always had, it was always easy for us to get to where we needed to go. I mean, we did have our tough times of like him riding my bike just to go train and then riding it back. Like it was a lot. So,
yeah.
But I mean, it all came out to, the end result. So
yeah,
and we're still going
somehow. And it's like, I don't know, how when you're passionate about something and like life always continues to throw obstacles and you can't really pursue it, so you stop. And that's kind of what happened with photography. Like my computer ended up getting a virus and all this stuff, so I couldn't really pursue my photography passion. And then it's like now I'm in fighting, and like everything is kind of working in my favor with fighting, and I'm loving it. My gym's right down the street. I can skate to it if I want. So sometimes I do skate to it. So like, yeah, I don't know. Everything.
That's when you know the universe is in order. When everything seems to go your way and there's not roadblocks. Yeah. That means I believe in divine intervention. Like that's God going, you're in the right place at the right time. You're doing exactly what you need to do. If something is too difficult or it's too much of a fight, it's not the place. And people try to fit square pegs in round holes all the time, and they're wondering why it's not working. You know, you're in your element. You're in, and I don't even think you've even clearly hit your prime. I mean, you have a long career in fighting. After XFN, do you have any plans as far as professional fighting? Because I know XFN, are you a belt holder with XFN?
Muay Thai, yes. MMA, no. Give me 2 months and I will have that belt. Just letting you know that. But with XFN, I am a Muay Thai at 165 champ. So yeah, I have that belt.
That's awesome. Have you been scouted? Are you talking to anyone? Is anyone looking at you like UFC, Bellator, Titan?
So far, not at the moment, but like I'm hitting comfortability with like what I'm doing. At first, I didn't really like telling people, "Oh, I fight this, that, and the third," but now I've been getting more passionate about it. Like when I'm at work, somebody want to talk about it, I end up talking about it. They find out. I'm like, "Oh, how'd you find out?" Like I'm never first to bring up that I fight. Like other people bring up, and she's like, she's always like, "You need to change it. Like you need to tell people that you fight." And I'm just like, I can't. It's like when you meet me. Would you believe I fight?
You wouldn't even believe that.
No, because you're like the nicest person I know. Like you're like, and you're a killing assassin. I love it. Like the best.
And like it's crazy because like I'm so focused on just trying to fight in the cage. You never know what could happen, you know. And like thank God that
you should definitely always like enjoy your like what you have. So yeah, you're focusing on fighting. But you should also enjoy like all of your accomplishments, the people that, you know, really support you. So
that's one thing I was doing. I wasn't really enjoying my wins and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I'm supposed to win it. I was supposed to, but like at the same time I worked very hard for it. She always lets me know like, yo, enjoy it. Like sometimes like I had put my belts in the closet for a little bit. Like I didn't have it out. And she was like, yo, like, where's the belts? And I was like, oh, it's in the closet. And she was just like, okay, why are they in a closet? Like enjoy what you have, like, and that's where I kind of get to enjoy my little moments, and like, it's good to have those memories, and it's always good to have somebody who can remind you of those memories and not forgetting who you are, you know?
It's so important. That is so important. And actually, I was going to touch on that. You, Chelsie, were ring girling while he's been in the ring. So how has that been for you, not only trying to do your job as a ring girl, but as a partner? Here your boyfriend is in the ring. Granted, he usually wins, thank God. But, you know, here's someone that's like, I mean, kicking the
honestly, when my first show, I was so nervous. And no, the first show that I've seen, his first fight, I was there in the crowds cheering him on. But before his fight, his first ever fight, I was crying because I was like, oh my God, my boyfriend's about to go through all of this. The fight before him was just brutal. And I'm like, oh my God, my boyfriend's about to go into this cage and do the exact same thing. So I was so petrified. But by the time that I became ring girl, I was already comfortable with him in the cage. But at the same time, I still had to remember to be professional and everything. So I'm on the side still getting video, but also putting it on the phone, go ahead and do the rounds, and then come back to the seat and get the video again. So, I mean, everybody's like, oh, are you nervous? Are you nervous? And I'm like, no, not really. But then, you know, as the fights continue, I start to get real comfortable and, you know.
And I used to ask her, like, are you nervous? And she'd be like, no, I'm okay. And I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm okay. And like, and then she goes back there and do that. But I never knew until my like third or fourth fight that she cries before I go out and fight.
I mean, not all the time.
But not all the times. But yeah, like she gets a little emotional.
Because you're her man. And anytime it's kind of like, I don't know. I have the fight in me too. I always feel like, I don't know if I could sit there and watch someone like hurting my man. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're sitting there and you're supposed to be spectating and you're like, and as a woman, a strong woman like Chelsie is, she's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you hurt my man. Like I'm going to go in there and knock your ass out. And that's what strong women want to do. They want to protect their man, right? Like,
and you know what's terrifying. The craziest thing? She's watching me like practice and train so much. Like I even told her it's possible that she can corner me, because when she's recording my videos, she says things that I need to do, and I'm like, yo, you could corner me in a fight one day. But she's too scared to do it. I don't know why. Like if all else fails, like nobody shows up to my corner,
then I'll step up. But
yeah, like, but she knows how I fight, and she knows my game plan, and it's crazy because like, yeah, it's like wild.
Before we were together, I never watched. No, I didn't know what UFC was. I didn't know Was Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor was just in his prime, collecting
I kind of knew the whole. No, not really. I didn't know anything about fighting actually. So when he started doing it, I had to get comfortable. So I would go to his practices. I would just, watch him train, and then I would hear, his coaches. I would hear Landon always saying, certain things, and I'm like, wow, he does need to keep his hands up during the fight. So while I'm videoing, I'm like, get your hands up. So I mean, it's pretty fun though. It's enjoying adrenaline.
Yeah.
How many women can say that they know their partner's fighting ability? You know it more than probably anyone. You live, eat, sleep, breathe fighting. You work in the ring. I mean, you're in there with him. Of course you could probably corner him. You'd probably be better than anyone.
When she watched certain fights, she's like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Like, she gets mad now. Like, she's like, what? Why is he doing that? Like,
I get really into it.
She understands the game to a certain extent, and it's pretty cool to see that, because like, it's like we kind of evolved around fighting together. And it was like, that's one cool thing about that. Like, being able to share this with her, even though it's something so violent.
Yeah.
But like, the way I fight, you'd be like, dang, he can really fight. Like,
but you won't catch me in the ring fighting, that's for sure.
And she can fight. She can fight. Let me say that. She knows how to fight also. She's been hitting mitts and stuff like that.
And she's a personal trainer, which we're going to talk about too, because you definitely know how to fight, and you're a trained assassin too, I can imagine.
Legs. If anything, I'll promote her to fight XFM. We take out, how much you weigh? Any 145er? No, I'm joking.
That's amazing. So, Chelsie, you are a personal trainer. Where can people find you if they want to be trained by you? Because number one, you've watched a trained fighter fight. I mean, there's things that you could help with that other female personal trainers would probably have no idea, because you're used to watching fighting and conditioning and watching how a fighter trains, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, how I got into the whole personal training and fitness was because of modeling. And then during modeling, I went through a phase of gaining a little weight, a weight that I didn't feel comfortable in. And I was modeling at the same time.
During the pandemic.
Yes, that was during the pandemic. And at the end of it, I'm like, wow, I just gained like 30 pounds out of nowhere. I need to snap myself back. So I've been going through, my own personal fitness journey, and it's been about a year and a half now since that. And
a lot of progress.
Yes,
a lot of progress.
Oh, you guys love it. You are the cutest couple on the planet. I'm just gonna say that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah.
So congrats on losing that weight. I mean, I've gained, and I don't even want to say the number. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I drink White Claw after dinner. So, I mean, I'm not doing anything.
I mean, it was easy putting it on, but it was definitely hard to take it off. And a lot of, dedication, motivation. He motivated me to start, running. That's how I'm like, okay, because I think he had a fight or something coming up, and he needed to, get his cardio up. So he would always run after work. So I'm like, okay, let me go with you. So I'm behind him running, and he's like, come on, babe, you got it. And I'm like, oh my God.
And it's like 9 o'clock, and she's like, I know I'm slowing you down. You can just go ahead and go. I'm like, it's dark outside. I can't run and leave you behind. And she's like, no, you can go. So I'm like jogging in place next to her. But I mean, she was doing good. Like, yeah. And around
this is so cool. Like Jimmy and Chelsie, I just have to say, I don't know of very many couples that are both in the fight game, one being a fighter and one is not. I mean, you all have a very unique.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Matt. And Justin keeps asking, I don't know if you're seeing everything going on. He's like, when is he making the jump to be a tight? Going on and on and on, like, Justin. So he wants you in Titan, of course, because we're biased and we want to take you into that world a little bit. But
so for Titan, I mean, hopefully December, January. But my goal with that is, I mean, it's only a goal as of right now, making it real. Hopefully, if I do fight with Titan, it only have to be like 3 to 4 times, and then Dana White gives me a call or something like that. But I don't know. That's somewhat unrealistic, but at the same time, hopefully, or I can either go from Titan to Bellator or to UFC. I don't know. Main goal would be to UFC, and at 155, if I can keep my weight down to there, I think I'll be one of the best 155ers ever. As long as I just stick to what I'm doing now, just staying humble, staying hungry, and keeping active, and just stay focused.
I think that's a great plan. And Chelsie, I was talking to her earlier, and I told her my one dream in life, at least once, I have to be a ring girl, like once.
Yeah.
And I literally, I'm like, I might not be able to like look good wearing like the cute little shorts and like the cute sports bra, but I can rock a clown suit like nobody's business. Like I want to wear like big feet and like a tutu and like a clown outfit, or maybe some kind of like weird gothic thing. So when I was interviewing Dean Thomas a few weeks back, and he commentates for UFC, I was like, Dean, do me a favor. Put in a good word for Dana White, that even though he has these drop dead gorgeous ring girls, I just want to get in there and like spice it up, like a little Italiano. Just
add something different to it. It's anything's bound to happen nowadays, Like
it's very entertaining.
And like UFC's growing by the minute. So any entertainment or anything will be good. Good publicity. Yeah.
I love that.
I would definitely like to check off a nice UFC fight off my bucket list to do the ring girl.
Yes, both of you. How cool would that be to go from XFN and then jump to like Titan or Bellator together and then go to UFC together? I mean, you guys could have your entire career together. How fun would that be?
That will be very nerve-wracking for me. I'll have a lot of gray hair. Oh my God.
But you'll have your ride or die next to you and your support system and your rock. And how many guys can say that? I mean,
not a lot.
Both of you are so lucky that you're able to basically work together like that in this sport. I mean, I think it's so cool.
I know. It'll be so interesting.
That'll be one interesting thing.
Where could we find you if you want to give a shout out to where, Chelsie, people can find you if they want to be trained by you?
So you can definitely hit my Instagram up, DM Chelsie CHELSIE_LOVVE. Just DM me. I mean, right now I'm definitely taking on more clients. Hopefully soon my clientele will be big enough so I can quit my job, my full-time job. So that would be definitely a goal. But yes, hit me up. I'm taking new clients on. I mean, my client that I have right now, I've been working with her since the beginning of February, and she's already lost 25 pounds. She
looks different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's feeling so comfortable in her skin. I'm just like really, it just brings joy to me when I see my clients, love and see the results that they're getting, that they're putting themselves into. And I'm glad that I'm able to push them. So definitely taking on more clients. So.
And if they DM you, what's also your phone number? Like DM us Fight Mixer saying, if you send us all your info, then we'll definitely pass it along, because I think people would really, especially women. Yeah. I've always been trained by a male trainer, but I'm almost 40 years old. So back in the day, 20 years ago, that's really all you did see in gyms was male trainers. And now combat sports, everything is so broad, which is awesome. And I think a lot of women feel comfortable with other women.
Like, my biggest thing is always empowering women and like loving the skin that you're in. I love taking pictures for myself, but it's more so just to see, the difference and how you can just shape up your body. And I would love to help other people be able to experience that too. They can definitely text my phone number 239-672-0246 and just like let me know. I always ask all my clients, what are your goals? what is the end point? What is the reasoning of you wanting to, get fit? So I just love to go through that. It's like a new passion of mine, and I never thought, I graduated with science major, and I never thought that personal training would be something that I would ever get into, and it's really nice to have a new passion, though.
And both of you never thought in a million years you would end up where you're at, and you've done it together. I mean,
no.
How cool is that, right? I mean, it's just awesome. I can't wait to interview you, God willing, 10 years from now and see what you're doing and kind of just go with you. Don't forget about me when you're like,
no,
big. I want to be in the,
we're gonna have to redo it.
Yes, we gotta. As things progress, I thought it would be fun. I was telling Chelsie, I was like, I gotta do something fun with them, so we'll do a little trivia, like couples trivia, since you guys live together.
Okay.
Just like quick before we go. So what do you think? Are you up for that? Some trivia?
Down.
I know everything, so it's okay. I like a good challenge.
I love it. Okay, so Chelsie, what type of deodorant does Jimmy use?
Dove spray.
Dove?
He doesn't like the oily one. He only uses the spray one because it irritates him.
It stains the shirt as well.
Oh yeah, and it stains the shirt.
1 point for Chelsie. And what about Jimmy? What kind of deodorant does Chelsie use?
Is it the Suave? No, not Suave. It's no Secret. It's Victoria's Secret. The powder.
It's called Secret.
It's
powder
scent.
Yeah, this powder scent. Yeah.
Wow, point for point. I'm loving this. Okay, so
this is set up.
So yeah, total setup. So Chelsie, what is Jimmy's Muay Thai record?
Yeah, what is my Muay Thai record, Chelsea? Muay Thai is the elbows. Right? Everything I've done with the elbow. It's not kickboxing. This is where I'm doing the elbows, but with the big gloves. Okay. How many did I win that?
You're 2.
Oh!
Nice.
Okay.
I had to run back like 3 years in my head. Okay, it was a lot going on.
So impressive, Jimmy. Like wedding bells. Just I'm just saying, wife material.
Oh, my heart races.
But amazing. So Jimmy, what is Chelsea's favorite movie?
Ooh. Huh. That's a tough question because we love Marvel's movies. So she likes all the Marvels, but I guess I'm going to go with the first Avenger, to be honest. Is that your favorite? And be honest. If it's not your favorite, then tell the truth. I know she's a Marvels fan. That's all I know.
It is Marvels, but it's not the first one.
Okay.
So he gets half a point.
What is half a point? Half a point.
What's your favorite one?
The latest one, Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Partial credit.
Marvel. We literally watch every single Marvel movie together.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out, we already watched Doctor Strange and everything, which is pretty good.
It was a good movie. So if anybody haven't seen Doctor Strange, go watch that. It's a good movie.
Have not watched it yet, actually.
Marvel sponsor me.
Right? Shout out to Marvel. Hello. We have how fun would that be, right? To have that sponsorship.
Insane.
Amazing. Do you have any sponsors currently?
Yes, I have 3 sponsors. Jesse Davison, lawyer. He's a injury lawyer. Also have Roka Sports. He's a fitness personal trainer, and also have John Spicy Wear. The clothes that you normally see me wear would be his gear. Yeah. So 3 sponsors. Hopefully grab more as the time goes. It's crazy because I never thought I would have sponsors either. So like everything's new, and I'm trying to just get more comfortable.
Yeah.
And yeah, presentation wise and learning how to sell, but also fight at the same time.
And that's right.
Yeah.
Are you his manager, Chelsie?
I mean, we
Organizer.
need that written on
Organizer.
She keeps me organized when I can't. When it's just too much, she helps me kind of keep it. Yeah.
For sure.
And
everything like that.
I just love the two of you. So Chelsie does win by 0.5 point for those questions. However, both of you did amazing, and I am completely impressed by those questions. So bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. And before we wrap it up, is there any shout outs? I know you just gave shout outs to your sponsors. Is there any shout outs that you both would like to give? Any friends, family, or anyone in the fight world, or anything you'd like to end with?
I'll definitely like to shout out XFN for definitely giving us the opportunity to, for him to fight for them and for me to be their ring girl. It's definitely an opportunity that I never thought that I would even have. So they're definitely, helping me go towards the a good direction. Another shout out to, I see my stepmom, she's watching, Debbie.
Aww.
She's also a fitness fanatic, so she also inspires me. And then definitely a shout out, for you for having us on this show.
Aww.
We really appreciate, because this is our first little interview. So
together.
Yes. So we really appreciate, for you having us, and shout out to this one for definitely pushing me through my personal fitness journey, and all of his wins and accomplishments. Like, I've seen him grown for since the past 5 years, and he's grown into an amazing person, and I never thought that he would be where he is right now. So
both of you are so inspiring as individuals and as a couple, and what you're building together is just, people that are watching this and listening to this are going, oh my gosh, I wish that my partner was into the same thing that I'm in. Both of you have a common denominator that is really keeping you healthy and fit in your mind and body and spirit. So kudos to both of you. I thank both of you, and I hope that I can be the one to interview you first when things happen, because I'm biased and love you, but that's just me. And I thank both of you for heading on, and I think we're going to wrap things up. But thank you again, Chelsie and Jimmy, and yes, I just adore both of you.
Thank you.
You have a lovely night, and thanks everybody for watching.
Yes, follow us on Instagram.
Yes, Insta. All right, David, I think we're good. It's a wrap.
Having a hard time going back to the gym after working out at home? Well, now you don't have to with the X-Bar. The X-Bar from X-Bar Fitness is an incredible gym alternative that gives you the same intense workout you get at a full gym with hundreds of machines. One X-Bar alone provides the same workout as a cable machine, bench press, dumbbell set, free weights, leg press, barbell set, and all these other machines. Stop wasting time debating whether or not you should go to the gym. Order the X-Bar to get a quality workout in the comfort of your own home.